Not as many penises in this episode. We do get a couple of uggos who are into the kinky stuff getting it on, and we do get a geriatric man-ass covered in shart being washed in a public fountain. So buckle in for the Obliterated Season 1 Episode 3 review. The crew are trying to locate Kozlov's right-hand man Vlad so they can secure the nuclear device. Meanwhile, their recreational drugs are kicking in at the worst possible time. Trunk still can't get a feed. Even when Ivan enters a casino food court, he can't manage to tear himself away from the objective long enough to stuff his face. Paul's daughters decided to take the prom party to Vegas, so now he'll have his daughter's safety not just from creeps, but also from a face full of atomic detonations. Maya unlocked Lana's iPad so she can get on TikTok, so I'll expect there'll be a leak now. The craps play was a bit cringy and over the top, as were Maya's attempts at being a badass. Some people should just leave the swearing and trash talking to the professionals. I could see McKnight slip in his own puddle of vomit coming a mile away, but it was strangely inconsequential as he just got up and carried on as if nothing had happened. Similar to last episode's spilt urine gag, no one seems to react to our heroes wearing pungent odour-producing substances. So Vlad meets Guga from Guga Foods and gets a phone off his daughter. Somehow Vlad knew he was being tracked and stuffed his phone into the Uggo's pocket, so McKnight and Winters crashed Jeff's love fest instead. Don't know how he knew. Then he steals Guga's daughter's bedazzled phone, and luckily he knows everyone's numbers off by heart. So Vlad steals a cowboy hat and just happens to walk into the annual boot scooter convention. Just as everyone's indisposed, besides Gomez, she gets sidetracked by the bridesmaid turning up just at that time. Huge coincidence. So Maya stops Vlad, and just as he's pulling his gun out to kill her, instead of just continuing on his way, some dude comes up and tases him. Of course, it's not just any dude. It's a dude with the worst haircut and the goofiest look on his face that Blind Freddy could pick out of a lineup. And of course, the hooker just so happens to have seen him before. So many coincidences. Luckily, the place she saw him was next to the place old Ferris wheels go to die. The big bad guy that kidnapped Vlad is the coffee guy from Breaking Bad. He's such a wiener. Not intimidating at all. Oh, and to make sure there's no miscommunications, he's going to cut off Vlad's good ear. Genius. I'm pretty sure that when they're storming this junkyard that Ava has her high heels on still. So we get a pretty weak action scene in the warehouse. Trunk gets kidnapped along with Lana, so they can't blow their escape chopper out of the air. Speaking of, where is Paul during all this? They just fly away. So Paul shows up later and gives them a lift. There's a house that's sucking down so much power that it must be cooling a nuclear bomb. But Paul's tripping balls and starts dismantling the chopper, so they crashed. Or so it seems. Smash cut to credits. This episode had a lot of extraordinary coincidences. Normally I can really only overlook 1 or 2 coincidences, but this episode had at least 8. Just eye-rollingly bad timing for random events to occur. People who are trying to blend into the crowd that may as well be wearing high-vis gear. Really crude humour that just doesn't hit. Too much reliance on drugs are cool lol type humour. And to top it all off, the action was pretty lackluster in this episode. At one point, McKnight crash tackles a bad guy that's shooting at his team instead of just shooting him. I don't see how they're getting out of this crashing chopper thing. The chopper is broken and falling. They're dead. Unless they land at the Marshmallow Factory. Pretty poor episode this time around. I'm giving it a 4. They need to focus more on the nuclear bomb plot and less on the zany jokes. Or write funny jokes, I don't know. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. I release reviews occasionally when time allows, and a thumbs up would be a big motivator for further reviews. If you didn't like it, feel free to leave a thumbs down and let me know how I can improve in the comments below. Anyway, I'm Mixie, thanks for your time, and have a good one.